Good afternoon, students. Can you hear me clearly? My voice is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
But I am able to hear very slowly out of you. Everybody is able to hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us start. So those who have joined us late, that means they have not attended couple of lectures in this particular topic, the last couple of lectures, where we have dealt with the initial part of the design process. We have converted the capacity required of the tank into a meter cube volume, and then we have been able to evaluate the area of the tank which is coming under that particular capacity of the water tank. So this is the procedure mentioned, and subsequent to it, because these are the stresses which are being given in the initial document sigma CBC and sigma CT for concrete and bending compression and concrete and direct tension. So these are the parameters which we are going to use for checking the stresses which are coming onto the dome part. So this I have shared with you, and we have used, as in the yesterday we have used this value 5 for corresponding to M15 concrete for CBC, that means concrete in bending compression. Okay. Now this is the modular ratio which we have also discussed for certain specific type of grade of concrete. This is the formula 280 upon 3 sigma CBC, where sigma CBC, as you can see from the previous page, it is there. This can be directly used here. These are the values of sigma CBC which can be directly used to convert these values, although you can always remember these values instead of calculating it every time. Although you might find in some books that they have used value of modular ratio as 13 instead of 13.33. But it is straight away neglected that we should not round off these values, because they are very close to the characteristic behavior of the concrete in compression. That is, we are evaluating the behavior, and this is the ratio. So we have converted. This is the part we have done yesterday on day before yesterday, on Monday 15th of March, then 16th of March. So this is how we convert, because 1000 liters is equal to 1 meter cube. So we have directly divided the capacity of the tank with 1000 so that we can get the value in meter cube. Then the depth is known to us, that is 4 meter. So if we are going to divide that 500 meter cube from 4 meter, we will be easily getting the area. We will be easily getting the area of the tank, which is circular in shape. So the shape of the circle area, everybody knows it is pi r square. Or in case you want it in terms of diameter, then it is pi d square upon 4. So if you equate this pi d square with the value which has been achieved from here, you will get the value of D, which we are getting here as 12.61. So the diameter of the tank we have been able to evaluate as 12.61 meter. Subsequent to it, when we have been able to achieve the depth also and diameter also, because diameter of the tank is directly related to the design of spherical dome. So this is the depth. This is free board provided to us. This is the diameter of the tank, inner clearance. This is, you can say, if I draw like this, this is going to be your tank. So this is a kind of, you can say, we have got its covering part. This is its cover. Now the angle subtracted by this dome is somewhere here, which we don't know. We just know these values, and this is how this is R is got 1/5 of the total diameter. So these are the specifications given to us. Now let us come back to that part. Diameter of the dome at base is 12.6 meter. So you know this is the diameter of the dome, which is 12.6 meter at the base. And it is varying from base to top. And central rise is 1/5 of the 12.6 meter, which is going to come 2.5, which we have discussed yesterday. So 2.5 meter, that is 1/5 of the 12 total dia. So this is going to come as 2.5 meter, which is 1/5 of the 12.6 meter. This theta is unknown to us, the angle subtended by this particular portion of the dome. H we have been able to know that our target is to know the R value, the radius, total radius of the dome. And why it is required? It is required for the reason to evaluate the meridional thrust and hoop stress available at the dome shape. So theta, just to by putting this, we know it is d by 2. Total is d and this is d by 2. And this we know, as we have been able to achieve this, total is 12.6. And this is R, and H we have been able to achieve. So this height will become R minus H. This will become R minus H. Now, can you find out with Pythagoras theorem? R minus this A square plus B square is equal to C square. R minus H whole square plus D by 2 whole square is equal to R square. This can be found this way. And the same has been done here. to evaluate, and that is why it has been written by Pythagoras theorem. And when we solve, we put the value of h as 2.5 meter, which we have evaluated in the preceding section. And d is also known to us. Only thing which is not known to us is r, which we have to find. So by solving this particular equation in several steps, we get the value of r is equal to 9.2 meter. So this document has been shared with you in Google Classroom also. So you can go through this particular, everything has been put here. Simply the equation a plus b or a minus b whole square has been solved here, which you have solved in your school days. And using this, just finding out the under root of this particular value, we have got 9.2 meter as the total radius, total r subtended by the, and from this we can just finding out all these values. Theta can simply be, अगर आपका ये पूरा 9.2 meter आ रहा है, if the total is 9.2 meter, then if you subtract 2.5 h from it, you can easily get this as 6.7 meter. So this 6.7 meter is this particular height, and 6.3 is d by 2, which is half of 12.6. So from here, just by finding out p upon b is equal to tangent theta, you can find out the theta value, which is going to come as 43.2 degrees. Now, assuming the thickness as 100 mm, as we have discussed yesterday, हम पूरा numerical assume करके चलेंगे. Thickness हमने 100 mm लिया है. You can take it from 100 to 150 mm. Even you can exceed to 200 mm. But within 100 to 150 mm, your stresses are going to be coming on to the safer side. तो अगर आपका 100 mm में आपका डिजाइन सेफ नहीं आता है, then you can always revise the section. So there are two things: either you are going to revise the section or you are going to change the reinforcement. That we will see how we are going to do it. So, and after the assumptions of 100 mm, we have taken this because we are designing the dome. So whatever loads are coming onto the dome surface, there are only going to be two loads, which is the self weight of the dome and the live load, imposed load. And in the dead load category, we have got self weight of the dome with a thickness 100 mm and the surface finished load, which we have taken here as along with live load, which is 2 kilonewton 25, that is multiplying it with the 2 kilonewton per meter square. So we have added all the three components in the terms of per meter square. Yesterday we have discussed that why we are taking it in per meter square and how we are taking it in per meter square. Can any student answer me that how we are going to achieve the value in per meter square and why we are doing it in per meter square? Any student can answer.
सर क्योंकि अगर लोड किलोमीटर में ले रहे हैं तो
यस रौनक
सर अगर लोड किलो न्यूटन में ले रहे हैं तो थिकनेस मीटर में ही लेंगे ना, किलो न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर के लिए.
So that is why we have discussed yesterday, because we are taking, because here all the formulas are based upon where we are putting W into the formula. It is based upon kilonewton per meter square. It is a thrust which is acting per meter width. That is, it is acting as a unit weight onto the surface. And as compared to 13 meter, as the diameter of the tank, the thickness of 100 mm is very less. So we are just considering it as a shell. Whenever we design shells as a concrete structure, we always take the thrust, meridional stress or hoop stress as a pressure. And pressure is always in per meter square. Am I right, students? So we are going to convert the dead load just by multiplying 25 kilonewton per meter cube with the thickness available, that is 100 mm. So it is going to be 0.1 meter. We are going to convert it into 2.5 kilonewton per meter square. And we are just adding here, you can separately calculate, as we have discussed yesterday also, you can separately calculate the live load, assuming two human beings of 100 kg each, and you can convert your own live load, because this particular top surface is for service only. The other thing is the finishing layer, that also can be varying. That depends upon the engineer. Now here we are taking it both combined as 2 kilonewton per meter square, which is going to be added to the dead load, and simply we are getting the total as 4.5 kilonewton per meter square, which is going to be W for us. So we are putting straight away, these are the formulas for meridional thrust. This you have to remember. You have to just, after remembering, you have to just see that which component is what. What is R, what is W, and what is theta. So W is the surface load coming onto the dome in per meter square. R is the radius of the dome subtended, and theta is the angle subtended by that dome at the center. So putting all these values which we have already evaluated, we are getting this value in per meter, because we can see here, we have discussed the other day that how it is going to be coming in per meter. It is in per meter square, and here we have got meter, radius in meter. So we will be getting the value in kilonewton per meter. Now if you are dividing it further by the area, you are going to further get finally area. We know that this is a pressure which is being applied. Again, we have been able to find out the force, which is this one, and when we are going to find out the stress, because shell type of structures such as dome are always analyzed based upon the concept of stress, because they are continuum systems. Continuum system मतलब इसमें बीच में कहीं पर भी कॉलम नहीं होता, बीच में कहीं पर भी बीम नहीं होता, जहां पे आप shear force या bending moment निकाल सकते हो. Shell, this is a shell type of structure, and it is always, if it is in tension or it is in compression. So the stress at each and every point is going to vary hugely, which cannot be evaluated similar to calculating the bending moment and shear force. That is why we just evaluate the stress as we have done here by dividing it with the area, which is per meter width. 1 मीटर आपने width ली और thickness आपको पता है, आपने 100 mm assume करी है. So dividing the force with the area, you are getting the stress, which is 0.239 Newton per mm square, which is always going to be less than 5 MPa, most of the time direct compression. which is the factor which we have seen in a table for M15 grade of concrete in bending compression, that is a flexural compression, it should be less than 5, which is the permissible limit. Now for the similar case, this was the meridional thrust, and now the second one is hoop stress. So these are the two formulas. The second one is this, where also you know all the constants are same. The only thing is the thickness component. Now whatever we were getting here in kilonewton per meter, here because we are dividing it further with the thickness, so we will be getting the values in kilonewton per meter square. Now hoop stress is always, you can see, is designated as the values is being written here stress. So stress तो हमेशा per meter square में ही रहेगा. So we are straight away getting a value here per meter square. We are converting it and we are getting finally the value of 0.0621 MPa, which is further less than 5 Newton per mm square. That means your both the limits are safe. This one is okay and this one is okay. When both are within the permissible limit, that means you need not to, now we will discuss a little bit here. Both the values are within the permissible limit. If they are going to exceed, the permissible limit of 5 MPa, that means now you can see it is only 0.2 and 0.06, which is far less as compared to the permissible limit of 5 Newton per mm square. It can never reach 5 MPa. That in case it reaches 5 MPa. So you can revise the section, you can increase the thickness, and you can bring that marginal limit to within the permissible stress. Till here, we have done, yesterday we have done this one also. So as all the stresses are within the permissible limit, so we are going to just provide the minimum reinforcement, which is going to be 0.3% of the gross area. So again, gross area, the term has been used here, gross area. Gross area in case of concrete structures, most of the time is used if you are having thin structures. It is most of the time going to be used as per meter width into thickness. That means 1000 mm into the thickness of that particular structure. Whether it is retaining wall, whether it is water tank, whether it is a linear dam, whether it is something else. Apart from the column, beam, where we actually take the gross cross section. That means if the column is having a cross-sectional area of 350 into 350, that is going to be taken as 350 mm by 350 mm. There are no chances of being using per meter width, but the shell type of structures or water tank, these type of structures, where the reinforcement has to be always calculated and detailed in per meter width, there we are going to take 1 meter and the cross section thickness. So here also we have done the same thing. 0.3% of the gross area means 0.3 divided by 100, which is going to convert it into a ratio 0.003 into 1 meter, the unit width. Remember, I am saying unit width because I am going to write down the reinforcement in unit width. So unit width into the thickness 100 mm. That will give you the total reinforcement of 300 mm square. Remember, this reinforcement is for 1 meter only. This is not for the whole wall of that tank or whole dome. Because हम जब भी शीट में लिखते हैं या न्यूमेरिकल में लिखते हैं, it is understood when we are writing the spacing that it is per meter width. So yesterday we have discussed everything. Students have calculated the area of the bar, 8 mm dia bar. Students, आपका कितना आया था 8 mm dia का bar? dia का आपका area कितना आया था? So students have calculated yesterday, it has come up to be 50.26 mm square. It is simply pi r square. 8 mm, that means 4 mm is going to be the radius. So pi r square is going to give us 50.26 mm square. That means if you are going to divide this total area of steel by the area of one bar, you will be getting the number of bars to be placed per meter width. So if you have got 6 bars, that is 300 mm square divided by 50.26 mm square is going to give you 6 bars, which is going to be applied in 1 meter. Now, if you have got 6 bars, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those 6 bars are having how many spacing?
Sir, 5.
5 spacing. 1 in green color you can see 2, 3, 4 and 5. So these 5 spacing has to be distributed over which length? 1 meter, because spacing is always going to be per meter. So you are going to simply divide 1000 mm by 5. And the same thing has been done here. So we are going to divide 1000 mm with 5, which is going to give us a spacing of 200 mm center to center. So this will become our detailing of the reinforcement, which is going to be 8 mm phi at the rate of 200 mm center to center for the dome, both meridionally and circumferentially, which we have calculated according to the formulas. Now to calculate design the ring beam, on which this particular, it is resting at this particular location. So we have got a ring beam which is calculated, which is resting here, on which this particular dome is resting. It is going through a circumferential stress component coming from the dome. Remember, there is only a dead load and live load which is superficially acting onto the dome surface, is having a tangential component which is acting like this, and it is coming onto the beam. Either the straight away that diagonal force can be taken, or its horizontal component can also be taken along with the other loads, that is hydrostatic force. So for horizontal component of thrust, which is coming from the dome, we are going to simply remember the formula T1 cos theta. Cos theta we have evaluated, T1 we have evaluated, so we can simply put this was the T1 we have evaluated, meridional thrust 23.94 kilonewton per meter. So we have to simply put this value, both these values here into this formula, and we will be getting, because this is a constant, so kilonewton per meter will remain here, and we will be getting hoop tension and ring beam as this is the force. This is F1. So now what we are getting here, it can be done either way. Either you do it T1 cos theta into D by 2, or you can do cos theta D by 2 into T1. आप इसको कैसे भी कर सकते हैं. अगर आपने T1 cos theta पहले निकाल लिया है, उसको सिंपली आपने D by 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है. D by 2 हमारा कितना है? 6.3 मीटर. So if you multiply 17.45 into 6.3 meter, you will again get the value in kilonewton as a force. आपका मीटर से मीटर कट जाएगा क्योंकि 6.3 मीटर ऊपर आ रहा है. So 17.45 into 6.3, you will get a new value which is going to be 110 kilonewton. This is the force which is responsible for the design of the ring beam. So we are going to design for this force, AST. So here you can see the thrust is the dominating part. आप पहले ट्रेडिशनल रीइंफोर्स्ड कंक्रीट डिजाइन में क्या करते थे? जब भी आपने अनरीइंफोर्स्ड सिंगली रीइंफोर्स्ड बीम डिजाइन किया है, व्हाट वाज द फर्स्ट स्टेप इन द डिजाइन? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी टेक द क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया, बट हियर यू कैन सी we have not considered cross sectional area first. We have taken the dominating stress value sigma st into consideration. If it is satisfied, that is, first we have designed the reinforcement, then subsequent to it we will be going for the cross sectional area of the ring beam, again corresponding to the same permissible stress value. So we will see that we will finish it here after finding out the reinforcement. Rest we will see tomorrow. So whatever force we have got here, we are simply dividing it with the permissible stress 150 MPa, which we have seen in the first lecture that this is the permissible stress in this type of thrust. So you have to just divide it. Here you will be getting in Newton per mm square. So per mm square, and above it is Newton. So आपका Newton से Newton cancel हो जाएगा, and your per mm square is going to go in the numerator. So you will get this mm square as the area of steel in tension. So you have got 734 mm square as the area of steel. Now again, if we are providing, let us, because these are the standard practices. These are the standard practices that for the main longitudinal reinforcement of the dome of the ring beam, what is the dia of the bar which you are going to use? You cannot use 6 mm dia bar for the main longitudinal reinforcement of the ring beam. You know it is either going to be starting from the 12 mm dia or 16 mm or 20 mm. So let us start with 16 mm dia bar. So what is going to be the area of one bar having 16 mm 5? Half of 16 is going to be 8. So pi r square. Pi r square is going to give us 201 mm square as the area of one bar. It is the area of one bar. And if we want to find out the number of bars, what we are going to do? We are going to divide the total area of steel with the area of one bar. So we will be getting 3.65 as the number of bars required for the ring beam, which is very close to 4 bars. So we will be providing ring beam having dominantly in the flexural behavior, the 4 bars as a tensile reinforcement are going to be there. Now for 4 bars, what is going to be the spacing? 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, and 4 bar. How many number of spacing?
3.
1, 2, and 3. So we have got 3 spacing. Now again, you can divide this 3 spacing as this is going to be coming up, but which is not acceptable. So that is why you can simply provide it like this, because we are having the flexural reinforcement. So this is quite huge, which is not acceptable. So you have to provide at the rate of 150 mm center to center, which is again जब आप उसको 150 mm center to center provide करेंगे, then the area of reinforcement is going to increase. जो आपका permissible stress limit है, that is going to be quite huge. आपका already जो stress है वो काफी down आ जाएगा. So that means your design is safe. So this is the AST provided. अगर आप इसको 200 करते हैं या 150 करते हैं, so further this stress limit corresponding to 804 mm square is going to go further down, which is quite safe. Any doubt, students?